Trust this, yeah. I'll trust
The magic
your
ball.
I'll go with Neon as well. I think they can pull it off. You know, TNC has a much better draft than what they had in game number 1, that's for sure.
All right, B-Cup, have a ball with your ball for game number 2.
I will. I'm already having a ball. This is actually great. I love this. I don't know if I'm ever going to let this go. I could see into the void. I see my future. Do you see your future in this?
No, I can see it. It's not very bright, you know.
Oh.
So I don't want to look into that anymore.
You're looking at my future. That's the wrong future.
Oh, that's your future.
Yeah, let me just turn it.
Oh, still looks pretty bad, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, I tried. Try to look into the future. Try to look into the void. It's just never clear. But I will
looked
be clear.
into void. I see Spirit as a safe laner once again. Something that they made work. You know, they made it work in the game number 1. Let's see if they can do it in game number 2. This time around, we have Templar Assassin, Yopaj, Beastmaster has 3 armor, has some extra armor coming out from the tower. So he's pretty good in terms of like the damage reduction, but we'll see how the other lanes are gonna go. Like top lane, they have Tiny against the Nature's Prophet, so he has some cleave. I'm a bit worried about Puck position 5, like he doesn't deal well with the summons. He can just be easily zoned out.
Yeah, I'm worried about 5 Puck. I'm honestly also worried about the Tiny, too. Zero is very hit or
worry
miss.
too much, my friend.
I do worry a lot. But we've seen Tiny's just miss timings on Blink Daggers where, like, now they just don't feel, you know, you get 1 or 2 items where you can soak up or tank out that Avalanche Toss combo and you feel fine. And then the Blink Dagger comes a little bit too late.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Just tank up against Tiny. Yopaj dealing some decent damage with the Side Blades. He started with that instead of Refraction. No, Side Blades are still pure damage. But Beastmaster is sitting at the tower, has some extra regen coming out from that as well. I think Beastmaster is playing this lane really well. First couple of waves, for the first 2 waves.
Right.
Couple. We only had 2 waves.
It's only 2 waves total. But yeah, couple is normally 2. I think normally thought of as 2 total.
3 can also be a couple.
In some areas of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dire's top tower
I'm interested to see how Natsumi does with this lane, because what really benefited them the most was the fact that they played it very aggressively, and Natsumi got off to that quick start. He was 6 very fast. He was keeping up with Yopaj in terms of experience.
It was a different position 5 that can zone out much better and trades well. This time I'm like, don't get me wrong, CM is a strong laner, but when it comes to the Enchantress, who got level 2 pretty quickly in the previous game, with the impetus, with the slow, like Mirana, also a different type of a hero compared to Lion. Like Lion just brings a bit more.
Throwing those axes out, Armel. Sipping on that bottle, he'll grab himself a water rune, fresh river water for him to sip on, and try to really harass out Yopaj. There was a point in the last game where Neon were just far off and ahead in terms of CS. It's a little bit closer this time for sure. Bach taking some damage, and Natsumi might be able to get the kill here, but the air spike, the right click from Jean-Well, and he gets first blood for the 2nd game in a row.
already icing over.
Good start. Like once again, they set up the bottom lane for a very good game. Crystal Maiden, she needs to stay away from
Thanks be to you. The worms will have
CTM 12 CS compared to Tiny's 20, which is a pretty big difference. So far, you know, Tiny is a hero that really consumes a lot of mana. He doesn't have much mana regen. Now, with the Soul Ring, like, he can sustain himself, but we'll have to see, you know, how much they can do. Puck doesn't really provide you with much. The position 5 Puck, you know, a silence, a bit of a damage from the illusory orb. He's just making some stacks right now.
Boomy coming back over. He's got boots already, making those stacks like you said, so we'll see if they could take advantage of that. TA, I'm interested to see what comes first. Is it going to be Blink or Deso? They've got one stack ready for Yopaj. Would like to see a little bit more. We've seen TAs go without the stacks, and it feels like you're just not taking advantage enough of the side blades and being able to really snowball out of control.
I've said I've been impressed the way Beastmaster is playing this lane. He has 32 CS, 27 for Templar Assassin. I want to see some stacks being made, some ancient stacks. Like you can see TNC, they're already stacking the jungle. It's not the ancient camps, but you know, these type of stacks are easily cleared by either a Centaur or a Tiny. Like even Beastmaster can easily take them. They have a lot of good heroes to clear the stacks.
Tim's going for the stacks again, so just continuing to stack up where he can. Believe the Knicks made another stack as well, so they are starting to stack on both sides. That's a triple stack there.
Yeah, Nick's job in this game is pretty much stack, stack, stack.
You ever see that makeup store called Nick's?
Yeah, yeah.
And I pass it. There's the mall near my house. They've got a Nick's store, and
What did you buy?
I don't buy anything. I pass it, and I always go Nick's. And
It's just a law, you know. Yeah. If you don't do that, you're not a Dota player. So they are trying to invade the stacks.
Ooh. Big stacks. Jean-Well and Play Hard coming over. And they might be able to get this kill on the Beastmaster. They brought over CTM. It's not going to be enough from Boomy to stop them from killing off the Beastmaster. And
that's
now
a level
Boomy's
2
on the run.
Like, you shouldn't be too worried about it. Just go and take the stacks. Trap from Templar Assassin. This is pretty big. Like, I like this aggressive move. You don't have to stack for yourself. You can just steal enemy stacks.
Oh God, Tim's in trouble.
That's a big play. That's like Galaxy Brain type of a play.
Now CTM gets the kill on a Tim's, and Gabby's come over. He's out of mana, and now Boomy's level 3, but I still don't think that's enough. They've slowed up Gabby. They're going to continue to chase. He needs to get out of dodge. Now, oh, his positioning, that was the right idea, and Gabby went the other way. They still get the kill here onto Gabby, and Neon they take over the jungle, and they get everything they wanted and more.
This is huge. Like, invading the stacks, getting the 2 kills. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Natsumi is getting levels. He's level 6 already. Centaur is also level 6, so they can use this Stampede for defensive purposes or just to play more aggressive.
Money changes.
Bach. You can see that right now he's picked himself up that hood. You like that pick up there for Bach, the early hood? Would you have rather see anything else, or is that what exactly you want?
Maybe a Vanguard would have been a better first choice, considering you're playing against the TA, against the Nage Prophet, but then again, like, Nage Prophet doesn't deal that much damage early on, as in terms of right-click, so maybe a hood is better. You know, Void Spirit is all magical, pretty much. But you still feel like you need to get both Natsumi trying to TP out to top lane. Like, this has been spotted by a Centaur, so they know something is up.
Right. So right now, TA leading the net worth.
Dire's top tower is under
Just by a little bit over the Beastmaster. And look at it, Boomy once again, who is still just level 3, 2 in the Waning Rift. We're not really feeling a lot here from the bottom.
under attack.
Compare that to Jean-Well, it was almost 2
Yeah,
levels ahead.
he is very dead.
Yeah, he is very dead. Avalanche toss comes in onto Jean-Well, but it's not going to be enough damage just yet. Natsumi doesn't have an Aether Remnant to stop him from killing Jean-Well. They'll use the Stampede. He's got the Dissimulate, trying to make some distance. 6 seconds until he's got another one in the Astral Step, but he's not got the mana for it either. He still survives inside the trees, and now they've brought over Yopaj. Aether Remnant down, Bach in trouble. Right-clicks in, uses the double edge, but it's not enough. The Spike Carapace comes in. Yopaj wants more, but the Earth Spike Avalanche with the toss may have gone in too far, and now he's hex still fast, but not fast enough.
Like, he went in too deep. Nyx Assassin already used his stuns. Void Spirit didn't follow up, but it's still a good trade. They get the tier 1 tower, they get 2 more kills, and they also defend their tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. This time around, CTM will go for a more tanky build, because like you have this Templar Assassin that's gonna deal the damage,
Right.
and they have ton of magical damage. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like mech and hood. I wouldn't mind seeing a full pipe even on the Nature's Prophet. Like, you still want to scale with the hero, don't get me wrong, but in this game, like, all they have is pretty much magical damage. Yeah, and he queues it up. Yeah, I like that.
So, I like that from the Nature's Prophet. I like that he can recognize, you know, this is a different style game for him. Like CTM, he's focusing his shift over into something else. You're going into the Blink Dagger, Deso for the TA. Like, CTM, if he's going to be the utility guy, TNC might have a lot of trouble trying to get these kills. They're still
think about scaling. Like, if you die 2-3 times, you're not gonna scale because you're not tanky enough. But even with having these 2 items, after that, you can get some damage. Like, you can get some control. It's still gonna be a decent Orchid game after you pick it up, after you pick up that pipe.
Go like Orchid Witchblade after you pick up the pipe, as you've already got that mech. And if you're quite tanky, Stampede used, trying to get away, but the Spike Carapace with the Impale Aether Remnant. They've gotten the lockdown, and they should be able to get this kill. Bach on the run, but Bach can't get out.
It's very easy to catch a Centaur who has no boots. Like, Nyx Assassin is such a great hero against the Centaur. You can hit him from Vendetta with the Carapace being popped like right before you do it, and you're gonna stun him because of the Retaliate.
So they smoke right after that kill. They shift over towards mid. Tim's,
oh, poor Lion.
He's too far out, which is, it's odd considering the fact that he was in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. They get the stun, they've got the silence on it too, but again, it's only a support puck who's trying to get something done. You don't have to be as scared.
He needed the 1 creep to be level 6 there. Like, if they maybe have a coil, they could potentially commit. A bit of a pause from Januel. Let's see what's happening. What do you think is the issue?
FPS.
FPS, yeah, it's always FPS.
Sometimes it's mic.
And you don't disconnect for the mic.
True. Spirit Vessel being built for the Nyx Assassin. Yules for the Void Spirit again, so Natsumi going into the build. At least first item similar to last game. And CTM, you know, he's got the Wrath of Nature. He doesn't need to get as involved as he did in the first game, from, you know, TPing in and throwing out those right clicks. He can if he wants, but he could also farm up this pipe, get them up to snuff of being.
You want to be active with the Nature's Prophet, especially with this type of a build. You want to be where the team is.
Right.
Just tank them up, use that mech, throw your body. You're much more tankier than you usually are. Bach on the mid lane, they know Stampede is on cooldown.
They go after him. They've got the Aether Remnant. Dream Coil comes down. He finally got that creep. Boomy trying to get something done. Yopaj snaps it. Finger comes out. Is it enough damage? He's hexed up. Here's the Tiny showing off that blink, but they get the Kona box, so they'll end up trading. Freezing Field from Januel will take out Boomy. This will deter TNC from coming any further into this.
They used everything. Like, they don't even have enough mana for Roar. He has if he uses a Soul Ring. Let's see.
Toss. Oh, 40 health. He's surviving.
Like, this was a reveal of Tiny's blink. They need to play aggressive with this type of lineup. You know, you have a Beastmaster Lion. You can make stuff happen on the map. Your Tiny is a core here, but has a Blink Dagger. They're going to find Nyx Assassin. Looks pretty dead.
Yeah, and that's a big kill because, you know, it's starting that snowball for the Tiny. Yopaj playing aggressive. He's got a Blink Dagger. Armel doesn't have the mana to throw a Primal Roar. He's got no charges in the wand, but they're still going to smoke up right off of this. They'll send Armel back to base, though.
Like, Natsumi, he's missing a lot of farm. He's sitting at only 4,000 net worth at the moment. Like, he needs an item. He doesn't have a single item at the moment.
Yopaj in some trouble. Earth Spike's there with the toss. Illusory Orb. Down goes Yopaj. Januel, he moved forward to help his TA. And they'll also use the Stampede. Boomy, though.
Oh, good coil on 3.
Primal Roar hits onto the Nature's Prophet. CTM in some trouble, pops the mech. They've got the stun with the impale. They'll take out Tim's. And now silence on to 3 of these heroes. It's stopping them from getting the kill on RML in the moment, but they get the kill on CTM. Gabby in and out, really putting on the pressure. That Blink Dagger is really proven to be very useful, but he's still gonna die here. Goes in a little bit too far. They will trade for Jean well. Boomy on the run, not a lot of mana to play with, but has the Illusory Orb up in a second, so there's the juke onto the high ground.
They get Gabby. Like, Gabby's having a much better game compared to game 1, where he's being more active. He's also playing that type of an active hero. You know, looked like a really good coil, but that mech from Nature's Prophet keeping them tanky. Once that bot is online, which should be in the next 1300 gold, like, they should just keep fighting. Play hard, scouting things out.
Do you go one step further and go Guardian Greaves?
No, it's too much.
So I was going to say, he doesn't have the Arcane Boots. He's gotten Treads. It'd be an even bigger commitment not having those Arcane Boots to start. But he'll have the pipe, he'll have the mech, and now he could start building into maybe the Orchid, like you said.
You want to scale with Nature's Prophet because the hero has some really good talents. Like, you have level 20, 10 talent, 20 damage, then you have attack speed, the armor or CDR, whatever you want to go for. And it just feels like as time progresses, like, you feel naturally good playing the late game because like his stats gain are also insanely high, one of the best stats in the game.
Breaking the smoke of Gabby.
Oh, good
Spike
Carapace
on the Avalanche. 2-man stun! Oh dear, this might not go well for TNC. They've got the toss on the Nature's Prophet. They'll use the Primal War. They have caught Yopaj for a moment. Do they have the damage? So the axes, they're stacking up, but they've got the lockdown onto this Beastmaster, and the axes don't hit Yopaj. But Gabby, he's searching. He's got the Blink Dagger. Avalanche toss comes in. They'll get the kill on Yopaj. They've taken out Play Hard, so 2 dead on the side of Neon as well as TNC. And Gabby, he doesn't have a lot of mana to play with,
a
though.
lion coming,
so he needs to be
finger
careful.
ready.
Or Spike doesn't get the stun on a CTM. Natsumi needs to run. He's got one more Astro Step. He's also got 20 charges available on that wand.
He went top. I'm not sure if they can chase Blink Dagger. 8 seconds. Oh my god, he's actually gonna get out.
Your Spike was almost there.
Like, they need to take out Beastmaster first. Nyx Assassin did a very good job keeping them locked with the Carapace. I also love his build in this game, maxing out the Carapace. He had 2-1-4 build. Like, Carapace is just too good of a spell, you know, lowering the cooldown instead of maxing the stun. It's just so much value in this game, but they have a lot of problems right now. TNC, you know, they have this Beastmaster with the Ags. Tiny's also dealing a ton of damage, completes Echo Saber, so this hero is gonna hurt.
And they need to find a way to deal with this Tiny. He did get that Blink Dagger, and it wasn't as stagnant as it looked the first few minutes that he had it. First 2 minutes, didn't look too great. Then all of a sudden, he starts stacking up some kills, and he's 6-2-2. Meanwhile, Yopaj is trying to get that Deso.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
At this point of the game, as a Templar Assassin, you want to stay ahead. Like, you want to be on the top of the network, staying 2K gold ahead of everyone, but it's not happening.
Not at the moment. They will find Boomy for a second, but they don't land the Aether Remnant. Dream Coil comes down, but it's not going to do anything to Natsumi. They'll get the kill to Boomy. They'll lose Jean well. Gabby gets the pick off there. They'll use the Stampede. They're trying to catch up to Playhard, who does have the Spike Carapace. Pops it, but the stun misses, and they won't catch up.
I'm surprised Bach decided to get like full phase boots after getting a hood and a Vanguard. Like, they need a catch. I feel like, you know, even though they have a Tiny to get some damage, get the initiation, I feel like the second form of initiation, considering the lineup that they got, is really, really good. You know, have something to follow things up. If Tiny is not there, if Tiny is in trouble, like, you can be the one initiating. Still, he needs to farm a lot of gold to be able to farm that Blink Dagger now. If he just had the brown boots, oh my god, he's in again.
Yeah, he's really just trying to finish off these heroes. They have the lockdown on Gabby for a moment, but the hoof stomp comes through on a 2. Axe axes. They're going to start to stack. You need to be careful. Primal Roar out. Ananatsumi axes in again. They've got the Earth Spike back with the double edge through Ananatsumi. He's really low, and he actually ends up dead. Natsumi onto the back lines here with Yopaj. They'll focus their attention on Armel. They look over at Tim's at the same time, who TP's out, but they will get Armel. Natsumi dead to Armel. The axes stack, and the axes take him out.
You just don't expect this kind of damage, you know? Like, he just used the spell. He can't have it again. Like, you can feel that he thinks the same way. But they have some good spell. Like, it's a good Nyx Assassin game where he can set things up, especially on the axes. You see him using Carapace. He stuns the Beastmaster. They're like, yeah, we're going to go on him. So Void Spirit jumps in. Natsumi, you know, he's been involved in a lot of the kills. Coil top.
And Avalanche in. He's going to try and get out of this. CTM, though, tossed up into the air. Still not dead. They have the Stampede. Wrath of Nature trapped down. Yopaj comes in. Oh! And CTM still dead to the Earth Spike.
Oh, he just had a pipe ready. If he popped the pipe, he would have lived there.
Gabby coming in once again. Avalanche toss. And Neon kind of played themselves. Finger out. Yopaj down well. They'll die too.
Man, what a crazy game. We have 33 kills, 18 minutes in. Like, this is Southeast Asia. This is the classic type of a game. We had one game yesterday where both teams, they did not want to back off. They just want to keep fighting.
They want to keep going, and it's different from what we were seeing TNC try to do in game one. That's for sure.
Look at those couriers near the Roche pit. 3 flying together, delivering the items.
One day delivery.
Lion now has a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to also initiate, close the gap, get an initiation on the Templar Assassin, possibly Void Spirit as well. Void Spirit changing his item builds here. Going for Aghanim Scepter, just wants to be able to go in and silence people, which is okay.
I don't mind at all.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
He's just so far behind. He's got 6K net worth. This isn't the Natsumi we saw in game number 1. Smoke from Obi Neon. They're down 3K, but they still looking like they want to make something happen. By the way, CTM is going into the Solar Crest, so it's not that Orchid, it's not that Witchblade. Still more utility, going for, you know, the armor reduction, or maybe
they don't
add
have
it to the
much
TA.
physical damage. Like, Solar Crest is, I think, the best item in my opinion in this patch, because the build-up is so good, you can pretty much build it on any hero, and like, you're not gonna be wrong. So I don't mind that, but in terms of physical damage, they literally have none. Tiny does a couple of right clicks with the Echo Saber. Other than that, it's just not there. It's all magical.
Yeah, the magic damage just too much at the moment. They're down 3K. It's getting dicey for Neon. Beastmaster's taking over top of the net worth. You said that TA wants to stay towards the top. Hasn't been able to do so. You had that moment up in top that we just saw where Yopaj, yeah, he turns around and he gets a kill on a support puck, but you end up losing 3 heroes there. And
not a good trade for them.
Yeah, it's the trades haven't been as favorable for Neon.
If TNC manages to get another good fight and take Roshan, steal it from Templar Assassin, like, her game is just done. Like, this lineup doesn't really scale well into the late game compared to TNC's. You have Void Spirit, who is sitting, what, 1,500 gold below an offlane Centaur. You have offlane Nature's Prophet, who this time around he decided to go for a different item build, you know, so he doesn't deal as much damage until he gets like 1 damage item.
Right.
And Templar Assassin, she's gonna struggle. They have a lot of stuff to control her. They have a lot of silences, hex, stuns, and like whatever. They just have so many tools.
He's going Crest BKB, so he's gotten attack speed, he's gotten damage, but I'm still kind of waiting for the next damage item. You know, like a damage item that he can kind of take advantage of, having that extra attack speed. Maybe work with this Crest, but Crest BKB, we'll see if it's enough.
Crest is damage item. Kind of reducing the armor by 6, removing some of their attack speed, slowing them down so you can deal more damage. Well, we'll have to see. Like, I feel if they lose Roshan fight, if they lose Roshan, Neon is going to struggle quite a lot. Mid lane, he set things up with the Carapace and Vendetta, something that we mentioned a few times already. So easy to set up on a Centaur. Let's see if they decide to go inside the pit.
They have the minus armor. They could do it pretty quickly.
They do. Yeah.
They'll have the crest delivered, and yeah, there it is. So certainly a chance to do it. I think TNC are kind of aware with that fact, because you could see based on their positioning, they're staying more towards top, more towards the Roche pit. Now that could change, and they could go for a pick off of their own, but we'll see.
If they wanted to go inside the pit, they would have already done it. I think they missed an opportunity. Like, you're still afraid of being scouted out inside the pit with the Hawk.
Tim's is the only one up here now. And they've gone towards bottom. So TNC have kind of shifted where they're holding on, and they've kept Tim's here.
This'll come in handy.
Did he see that?
What happened?
Gemma just... I just was wondering if he saw the Crystal Nova. Didn't look like it.
Blessings.
They didn't do anything with that smoke either. Although if you're looking at Neon, like, I don't think they're too upset about that. You still want this Ags on Natsumi. I think that's certainly an item that's going to alleviate the pressure coming from TNC.
This is the item that you want to have for the fight, because like right now he doesn't have a single item. This is just a bit of stats. It makes a huge difference in a team fight. Those two silences, he's getting very close. Like, you can feel that they want to fight, but they're waiting for this. Roar?
Primal Roar used. They see the Nyx Assassin. They've got the dust. They'll get the kill and a play hard. That's a good pick off for TNC. They're by the river. Maybe they are the ones who want to go for Roche. Of course, we've seen how quickly the axes work.
They want to get at least one more kill, I believe, and then possibly turn that into Roche. Like, they don't know if Nyx Assassin has buyback or not. Aghanim Scepter being delivered. Natsumi just blinked in aggressively. He should die here.
Yeah, Avalanche toss, two-man stun. Tims throws the finger. They get both. Natsumi, Genwell, they're both gone. That should set up anything that TNC want here. Tier 2, go back towards Roche. The world's their oyster. They don't even need to go back. They could take both at the same time. Armel's got it with the axes.
My finest creation takes Roshan and the Aegis pretty much alone. Boomy was there just to soak up some experience. You know, I got you, bro. I'm going to help you out with 3 right clicks, 98 damage on Roshan.
So now down 4K. That next Roche obviously weighs out, but you start thinking, second Roche, Shard. Who gets it? Who wants it? We'll have to see. Gabby going into the Shard, so he's going to have that tree grab with no limit charge. And they, you know, the game's still close. TA, maybe not where you want to be if you're Eopaj at the moment. Spike Carapace, there's the stun onto the puck. Spirit Vessel, but just not enough damage, and you can't commit to that. That is just a risky move. You know that they're coming. You know that the puck's really just the scout in this situation.
I'm really afraid how Neon is going to play the next fight. They have a BKB on Templar Assassin. CTM trying to farm his BKB, but right now I don't think they have the answer, especially for this Beastmaster who has a BKB on top of that. So no real abilities that go through magic immunity. This Beastmaster plus an Aegis on top of that. So he should be able to use like at least 10 wild axes in a fight.
Dust. Play hard. Didn't get hit by the dust. He's got Spike in 6 seconds. Blink aggressively from Bach. Now they've got the Vendetta shot. That'll send them running away with Stampede.
Oh, that was really premature Stampede there. He felt like, wow, I'm in trouble, you know. He sees this Nyx Assassin. He's having some flashbacks every single time he sees a hero. He's pretty much dead, but shouldn't be too worried about it. You know, Tiny still has like a toss back potentially to one of his allies type of a play.
Go after this tier 2 bot. They don't have a glyph for this, so this tower's gone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And there's no answer from Neon. Status resistance for the Tiny. Extra 15%. Always nice to have. CTM, he's almost got this BKB. He'll be happy to pick that up once he does have it.
Radiant
He's just super tanky. He has 30 armor, 35, and he's sitting next to tier 2 tower. Gabby, he wants to jump.
Trap down hits Armel. And CTM is, I would say, sitting in front of that tower is a little bit risky knowing that we've got the blink daggers.
Radiant's middle tower.
But Gabby blinks back instead. They have the vision from that ward. Let's see. Can they make a move? Because TNC, they've now taken 2 tier 2s. They've really controlled the map and made it so Neon just don't have any openings.
Play hard, scouting things out.
Gets this by Carapace with the stun, and again it happens. Dream Coil down on the 2 with the BKB pop by Yopaj. Gabby pops his own. Boomy's trying to run.
Tiny.
Axe is starting to come in, and now they've got the damage coming through with the freezing field. It's right on top, but it's not going to be enough just yet. They'll use the Primal Roar. They'll get the kill into Yopaj. They've taken out CTM. Tims is dead on the side, but they fall back on this Centaur. He's trying to get back into the fight. Armel might lose the Aegis, but that's about it. Aether Remnant doesn't land, but he had the Spirit Vessel on him. Natsumi needs to be careful with the Avalanche Toss. Ooh, CTM. He's in trouble. He's trying to run, but the damage is too much. Play hard to CTM. They both go down. Natsumi, he'll Astral Step away. CTM, he bought back for that, and that gets him nothing.
Yeah, this this fight, Tiny has a double damage. He's sitting at 299 plus 299, so 600 damage with the double hit coming out from the Echo Saber. Like, he throws a 3, just completely cleans them up, and they don't have enough damage. This time around, like, they get the pretty much the perfect target. They take out the Centaur as the first one. He buys back, uses a Stampede. Globally, pretty much, like, this game is probably gonna end if they lose one more fight. As you mentioned, CTM also bought back, so he's not gonna have a BKB for quite some time.
He spent his BKB gold on death. You can see they could handle Bach. He bought back, but everybody else seems to be fine in these fights.
They're thinking about going in. Fake back, let's see. They have a Hawk scouting things out.
Yopaj up too far.
Break the
And they've
coil.
got the Dream Coil. They'll throw him out of it. There's the finger. He's got no buyback. Dead for 65, and they'll just call GG. So they even the series up at 1. TNC looking way better in game number 2. Obviously off the back of, you know, Beastmaster, but also the Tiny that did so well.
Yeah, Gabby had a much better game in game number 2. They had a draft that can, you know, go out and do stuff. This time around, you know, bottom lane didn't go as well as it did in the game number 1. Like, Void Spirit didn't get too much farm. He was really involved, but did not have a lot of the kills. Like, he's been involved in, I believe, like 11 kills, but got only 1 last hit. That's not something, you know, if he's there, if he is being involved, like, you want to give him the last hit to get something out of it.
Yeah.
And the Templar Assassin, she got shut down after losing the first row. Like, this is something TA relies on to be able to snowball, keep the pressure going. It just wasn't there. Beastmaster goes in and takes it alone.
Yeah, so TNC, they win game number 2. They even the series up at 1. I'm going to try and figure out how to read the Void a little bit better, but to read about game number 2 and break it down for you, we've got the panel. So back over to you guys.
Yeah, let me just do some quick reading. Pick Beastmaster. That was one of the lessons learned from game number 1. Get better at challenging the enemy team when they're trying to invade your stacks. That's another one.
Or don't.
Or don't.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's dealer's choice.
Yeah, you can just stick with the number 1.
Just stick with number 1. That's really all you need.
Just pick
Pick
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. Just pick Beastmaster.
It's very simple.
Yeah, early game I had questions. I was like, oh no, TNC, even with Beastmaster, things are not looking great. There was a lot of combat going on, but then Nature's Prophet was kind of going for a more support-oriented build, you were saying, Black?
Yeah, going for mech and pipe and solar crest, like full on carry me TA, you know, and then Void Spirit was struggling on top of that. They just had no damage anymore.
Yeah, because you had to, right? Like in a game such as this one, you're not a Furion that has Davion on the mid lane. You don't have that Dragonite that's going to be frontlining, that's going to be initiating. You need to be a little bit tankier. You need to bring some utility for the Void Spirit and TA for them to do their magic, right? But it just didn't work. You're playing into a Beastmaster, you're playing into Centaur or Tiny, and they have a Lion to control the Void Spirit. Void Spirit doesn't have a game. Tiny does not die because he's... Well, he dies a couple of times, but that's nothing big. He's too tanky, and eventually they just take over the game. However, Neon did throw a little bit. They went for the full Ramble on in the early game after taking the stacks, instead of just backing off and being satisfied with the advantage they've got. And like TA was sitting on 4K.